Hey, John Stewart Hill here with the Good Contractors List, and I'm here today with our contractor in fencing and backyard living, Rocky Cloninger, with Texas Best Stain and Texas Backyard Living. Two amazing companies, guys. I want you to Google these guys because you will be blown away at all the amazing reviews that these guys have. Rocky, you started this company back in 2010, right?
That's right, I sure did. Yeah, I was looking for a change, so I decided to get into this industry, and one thing led to another. Started off just me wearing all the hats back in 2010. Finally incorporated in 2012. I talked my beautiful wife Michelle into quitting her corporate job in 2014, and the rest is history from there. We've continued to grow and be successful, and we're real happy to be a part of such a great organization like the Good Contractors List.
Well, thank you. We love having you as part of our list. We have never, ever, not once, ever had anybody call and say that you've done anything wrong.
Well, that's good. That's good. That's
well,
our goal.
Well, we love that. Obviously,
Yes,
you
sir.
know, we wouldn't have you on the list if we thought that that was going to be an issue. But I love some of the things. I want people to understand the heart behind this. This is a family-owned and operated business.
It is.
And you really do try to stay involved in the community. You see things that other people might not see or might not care about. I want you to tell me about this little lady and her dog. And I mean,
Sure.
what you just happened?
Oh, this actually just happened a couple weeks ago. We went out for an appointment. A customer that had called just for a gate repair.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out when we got out there to meet with her, it was a very nice elderly woman who just lost her husband recently, and her dog was getting out of her yard. When we opened her gate, she called us for a gate repair, and we opened her gate. It all but fell off the hinges, hit the ground. Her fence was not repairable. She was on the verge of tears, can't afford a new fence, didn't know what to do, so I got with some of my teammates, and we decided that we were just going to give her a new fence.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So,
like, how many people really do that? I mean, you might, hey, I'll give you a nice discount on the fence, but you're like, I know that this lady.
Sure. Yeah. It's not something we can do all the time, but
Right.
we definitely try to do that
Sure.
as often as we can to help people out.
And like you did something at a food bank too recently, right?
We did, yeah. There's a organization out of Allen called the Allen Community Outreach, and they're more or less a food bank and a safe house for people to go get things that they need as far as like clothes, toys for their kids, things like that. And so they're a nonprofit, and they don't have any extra funds. Well, they actually got a letter from the city of Allen last year. They were taking down some big bushes between their property and an apartment complex that was behind them,
Mm-hmm.
and they were requiring them to put up a fence. Well, I caught wind of this and ended up getting with their CEO and with their director, and to do a nice thing for the community, we put up a nice fancy new 8-foot fence for them.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it. This is the kind of heart that you're going to find on the Good Contractors List. And Rocky, man, I really am just super impressed. One of the things that people complain about a lot is, that they don't hear back from the contractor. They didn't get their bid, and you have just gone overboard to make sure that tell me about the process of what it looks like internally for you to make sure that that kind of stuff does not happen to your clients.
Sure. Yeah, that's a good point, John. We, when I first got started in this business, there was a lot of I started to catch on. There was a lot of companies that weren't calling people back, or that weren't doing what they said they were going to do. So we've taken a big focus on just making sure that we do what we say we're going to do, and for always being available to our customers. So we always have somebody dedicated in our office to pick up the phone. We schedule the appointment right there on the spot when the customer calls to go out and get a free estimate.
Mm-hmm.
We ensure that our project manager shows up on time, gets all the information he needs, gets the quote out in a timely manner. All of our scheduling and everything is done automated via email, and they get real-time updates for everything. We get real-time updates from the crews while they're on their way. We have a nice quality control sheet that our crews do a walkthrough with the customer and check off the time of completion.
Awesome.
We really just try to go above and beyond and separate ourselves from everybody else in this industry. I'd like to think that we're doing something right so far.
Well, it sure looks like it. Well, we love it. Processes are super important, especially when it comes to contracting. Listen, there are so many moving parts when it comes to contracting, especially when you're building outdoor projects. There's so many different services that you have to try to coordinate and do all those things. And if you don't have a process, things get really hectic for everybody.
They sure do.
It's a very emotional thing to get into a larger project. These guys do large projects all the time. You would say about 50% of your business
we do.
Are the larger
yes, sir.
outdoor living projects?
Yeah, so we, my wife and I own and operate Texas Best Stain and Texas Backyard Living. Texas Best Stain is kind of our baby. It was incorporated, like I said, first in 2012, and then we kind of hit our ceiling. We started doing fences and outdoor living areas, but people were thinking we were a stain company, trying to do something that we weren't good at.
Oh, right.
You know?
And you're really good.
Yeah,
These guys are good at outdoor living. Sorry. Go ahead.
So we decided to branch out and just more or less start a new division called Texas Backyard Living in 2018. So Texas Best Stain handles all of our stain work. That's for all type of staining outdoor structures, so fences, pergolas, patio covers, decks, etc. I believe we did about 2,000 stain jobs last year.
Wow.
And then outdoor living stuff, anything from 20 feet of new iron fence all the way to 250 feet of custom board-on-board cedar fence to
outdoor structures,
to a complete outdoor living area with patio cover, fireplace, outdoor kitchen, travertine patio,
pool patios, and all
yes,
that.
sir.
All
yeah,
that.
you know it. So there's not really a job that's too small for us, nor a job that's too big for us. We can handle it all.
You have about 60 employees now.
We do. It's pretty wild, honestly, to think about.
That just blows my mind.
We sure do. Yeah, it's been a lot of hard work, but my wife and I are still involved in every aspect of the business, and involved with almost all the projects, especially the larger ones. But we do a lot of volume. We take pride in what we do, and
And let me tell you, just because they're bigger does not mean that their rates are phenomenal. You actually you tell me that even though you have vets that have worked with you for a very long time, you make sure to go over every bid that they do that's over $2,000.
I do.
Now, why is that?
So,
I want y'all to know.
Yeah, I want to make sure that we are giving the best deal that we can to every customer. We understand that everybody has a budget, and we want to make sure that we pass along the best deal that we can, not only because we want you to trust you with our business, but because we know how hard you work for everything that you have, and we want to make sure that we create the most value for you. There's a lot of companies that don't operate like that.
Right.
So every project over $2,000, I require our project manager to send over to me so I can get my eyes on them to make sure that the contract looks good, or I'm sorry, that the proposal looks good. Hopefully it'll turn into a contract.
Yep.
The proposal looks good. It's priced well. I don't see any red flags anywhere. Don't see any any errors or any ways that we can improve it.
Yeah.
And we have a really good team, so it's pretty rare that I do find something like that.
Yeah.
But it is very often that I am able to add on an additional discount or some type of savings to the client at that point.
That's awesome. Guys, this is why they're on the Good Contractors List. And I believe that you're going to have such an amazing experience with them from the beginning to the end. It's one of those companies that I just absolutely have and know that they're going to just do a fantastic job every single time. And listen, you can find them at texasbeststain.com, right? And texasbackyardliving.com.
That's right.
And you're always going to be able to find them on thegoodcontractorslist.com. Thank you so much, Rocky,
Thank
for
you,
coming
John.
in.
I appreciate your time.
We sure appreciate your business
Yes,
and
thank
being
you
a
for
part
everything.
of our team.
We're so happy.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
If the job's not right, we'll get it fixed.